it does not mean that the woman is easy, that the woman will jump into bed with you just because she accentuates her curves and her femininity. So many women out there do not know what they want and who they want, and if you're one of them, then this video is perfect for you. Many people are struggling with finding their soulmate or their soul partner and their destination in life when it comes to relationships, but the destination is just a strategy that women should follow. This certain strategy will save them from being embarrassed, from being used, and from all other kinds of abuse. And particularly, I want to address women that are struggling with their self-esteem, because most of those women are much more easier to manipulate and to abuse. So in order to avoid the abuse and the neglect and whatever else toxicity you might see in a relationship, we need to follow a certain structure when we're dating a man, even before getting into any kind of relationship with him. The first step is to identify what you actually provide. It's not about what you bring to the table. It's not about your job or your education, your money, how you were brought up, but it's about your standards, what you value in life and what you want to achieve in life. What does your destination bring? What do you want? Do you want to be a businesswoman? Do you want to be a mother? Do you want to be something else in life? Just figure it out by yourself, because only you can tell what you think is acceptable and what you think isn't. If you're a woman that wants to become a mother, but your partner does not want a family, then why are you even in that relationship? So figure out who you are and what you want before you even step into the dating scene. By dating a man, you will not find that out. No, it's actually the opposite. If you're dating someone and you do not know where you want to go, you will just be easy to manipulate. You will just follow their plan instead of following your own and achieving your own goals and dreams. That's something we want to avoid. We want to follow our own dreams so that we will never be unhappy in life or unfulfilled. Or one day be mad at our children that they took the steps that we wanted to take when we were their age. If they are achieving the best career goals that you ever wanted, and it's your child, you will feel jealous of your own child, and that's something that we should absolutely avoid in this generation. Once you might have figured that out, then you are ready to start dating people. Then you're ready to step out into the dating world and set your boundaries, set your standards, and know what you accept and what you don't. You will go into the world out, you will be loud, you will be bold, and you will be non-forgiving. Because if you are very easily bendable, if you're manipulative for other men, if you're easy to convince, then men will have the most fun with you. But in the negative sense. Only the toxic men will be pulled towards you because they know you're an easy target. You're easy to manipulate, you're easy to bend, and they can do whatever they want with you because you're still soft, small, and formable. And often in relationships, when a woman sets her standards differently in the beginning and changes throughout the relationship, it's hard for the man to keep up because he's thinking, I went into this relationship thinking that she wants to be a boss babe, that she wants to climb the career ladder, and now all of a sudden she wants to be a stay-at-home mom. What happened? He's confused, you're confused, because you do not know whether he wants to keep up with your standards now. So do you need to throw away the whole man or the whole relationship? Try to figure out in the beginning what you want and where you want to go. The second step, which is keeping your boundaries while dating men and while being in the dating world, is one of the most important before you step into a relationship. Because while you're dating, you can still command your rules. You can still tell them that if a certain man behaves a certain way, it will be a non-negotiable and he will be out. The men you're dating do not know your past, they do not know your dating history, they do not know how your parents behaved towards you, how they raised you, what standards you have, because that is where you can command and just commit to the standards that you want to have one day. Because those white lies that you might tell them are not that serious. Don't try to take everything that serious. You don't need to tell a person in the first couple dates your whole trauma history. So don't trauma dump, because that will not bring you any further, obviously. It will just give the man a detailed map on how to manipulate you, how to negotiate you into doing something you do not want to do. Because one day in an argument, that man, if he's toxic, could just say, Oh, you're just acting that way because your parents neglected you as a child. So why should I take you seriously? Why should I take your concerns seriously if your whole life was like that? Just try to imagine how that man might use those information against you. And then you will not be that open to sharing your whole trauma history and your whole childhood with him in the first couple dates. Step number 3 in taking your power back when dating is actually showing up as the person you claim to be. If you claim to be someone who really values looks and materialistic things, but you show up in a hoodie and joggers and sneakers, then you do not look the part. You look like you're a poser. You're looking like a fraud, like a fake. Because a person that values materialistic things and superficiality basically actually takes care of themselves the way they present themselves to everyone else. So they do not show up to a date in a sweater, in some jeans and sneakers. They present themselves on a date in a beautiful, elegant, sexy dress that shows and emphasizes the feminine figure, the curves, everything that they want to emphasize. But it does not mean that the woman is easy, that the woman will jump into bed with you just because she accentuates her curves and her femininity. Because the way she dresses speaks volumes. The way she takes care of her nails, of her hair, of her makeup speaks more volumes than the words she said. For example, let's reverse the roles. If you're on a date with a man and the man says that he really likes building houses and fixing cars, but his hands are completely soft and well manicured and he's constantly well polished, he wears super fancy clothes, some brand stuff, then you might think, is he actually the one building the houses, or does he just pay some construction workers to do it? Can he actually fix the car, or does he pay a mechanic to do so? Because I don't see any signs of him actually showing up as the person he claims to be. A person that builds houses on a regular, a person that fixes cars, usually does not value brand items, designer items. Usually those people do have some dirt under the nails because they're constantly being surrounded by dirt. They're constantly dealing with dirty things. It might be a bit extreme of a example, but this is just to showcase how you want to present yourself and that you need to show up as the person you claim to be. I made another video on that, but that is just a whole different story when it comes to dating, because there you can constantly shift the way you present yourself and the way you identify yourself, especially when you're dating multiple people. Now, while I do not say that it's good to date multiple people at once, I think it's still important to get to know multiple people throughout life. And that does not mean that you need to get intimate with them, that you need to sleep with them or kiss them or hug them. That just means getting to know them as a person. So when dating, which is the third rule, you need to only get to know them as a person. Do not get intimate with them. No matter what date it is, whether it's the 4th date, the first date, the 6th date, or the 10th date. If you get immediately intimate with them throughout dating and without being something serious, then they will take you for granted. We women, biologically, we bond to things that will give us certain risks, that have certain risks. When it comes to dating and sleeping around, we women risk our fertility. We women risk a child. This is something that our body knows biologically. We are bound to the person we're sleeping with. And if you sleep around without any commitment, without any relationship or marriage, then you are wasting this potential energy, this potential risks that you carry within it. That's why whenever you're dating someone, unless you're in a committed relationship, do not get intimate with them. Even kissing. I think even that is something very, very valuable and intimate and important that you keep to only committed relationships. Those were just a couple of rules that I give to my best girlfriends when they're dating in order to avoid any kind of mistakes. And I hope that you can follow some of those too. And if you like to know more, if you want more of those tips, then please let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.